Everybody, it's Mr. Calise, and I'm going to read Say Hello to Zorro by Carter Goodrich. And I love this book because it's about dogs, and dogs are my favorite animal. I also love this book because I make a lot of connections. When I see Mr. Bud, it reminds me of my dog Wally, because Wally can be grumbly and grumpy, just like Mr. Bud. And Zorro reminds me of my dog Hector, because Zorro is always full of energy and ready to play, and that's exactly how Hector is. So let's go ahead and start reading. Mr. Bud had it pretty good. Everything was just right. He had his own house, his own bed, his own toys, his own dish, but most of all, he had his own schedule, and everybody stuck to the schedule. It went like this. I wonder if some of you have your own schedule that you like to stick to. Wake up time. Okay. Biscuit, then a walk time. Take it easy. Nap time. Shift position and nap some more time. Wait and watch time. Greet and make a fuss time. Okay, good boy. Right there I make a connection. Every day when I get home and I walk into the house, Wally is waiting for me and he runs and jumps right at me and I catch him and get really excited when I get home. Quick backyard time. Do that as soon as I get home too. Dinner time. After dinner walk time. Slow down, wait. Movie, then bedtime. That was it. That was the schedule, and everybody stuck to the schedule. No exceptions. Check out Mr. Bud right here. He's serious about that schedule. One day, right at greet and make a fuss time, there was a stranger. Mr. Bud, say hello to Zorro. Zorro is moving in with us. What do you think Mr. Bud's going to think about this? Uh-oh. Mr. Bud, what kind of name is Mr. Bud? What kind of name is Zorro? And there was trouble. Stop it, no! Now you two get along, they were told. It wasn't easy at first. Zorro had his own things and could be bossy. Beat it, he says. Mr. Bud had his own things and he could be grumpy. What do you want? But then something surprising happened. Mr. Bud and Zorro found out they had the same schedule. Slow down, wait. Hey, there's Slim, get him. Suddenly, the walks were more fun. That is exactly what it looks like if I try to take Wally and Hector for a walk at the same time. It does not work. Nap time was more comfortable. Greet and make a fuss time was much louder. Okay, all right, calm down. Also, very much like my house when I get home. Even movie than bedtime was more exciting. Would you guys knock it off? A big connection there. Between 8 and 9 o'clock almost every night, we call it the witching hour around my house because Wally and Hector go crazy and start running and chasing each other around the house and wrestling right before we go to bed. So even though Mr. Bud was still sometimes grumpy, back off, Zorro. And Zorro could still be pretty bossy. Hey, that's my dish. They became best friends. And everybody stuck to the schedule. Oh, and there's some pictures of Mr. Bud and Zorro having some fun. Well, that's Say Hello to Zorro by Carter Goodrich. I really hope you enjoyed the book. Maybe it reminds you of your dogs at home and how they act, or maybe it reminds you of how you and your brother or sister get along at home. I wonder if maybe sometimes we all kind of feel like Mr. Bud, where we have our own schedule and our own routines, and then all of a sudden something happens and we have to change and we have to do things a little bit differently and make the best of a new situation. Or sometimes we might even make a new friend like Mr. Bud did. Well, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the book, and thanks for listening. Bye!